Okay, we're going to look at the last of our four-part safety information session. This is the last sheet that you have on your module. Up top it says rules and regulations. So again, there's a lot of repeat stuff here. We're just going to see if there's anything in addition that we need to be concerned with. Number one, again, everyone with an underline there must wear adequate eye protection at all times while anyone is working in the shop. So even if you're not working on something, if you're in the shop, you need to have your safety protection on, at the minimum of safety glasses. Number two, at all times while in the auto shop, all safety precautions must be strictly observed. Safety rules are to be considered in effect and must be complied with. Okay, so again, if you violate any safety precautions, you're gonna first have to sit down and we'll have to discuss what you did wrong, and then you might have to go to an administrator and have them discuss different options for you. Number three is, if in doubt with any operation, read the instructions first, and then if you're still in doubt, ask the instructor. So again, if you're watching a video on how to use a piece of equipment and you're not sure how to do the procedure, just call me over and I will assist you. Number four, if there's any injury, any way or any extent, inform the instructor immediately. So if you cut your finger, get something in your eye, get a burn, just let me know and we can try to administer first aid and or call the appropriate people. Number five, if you're in the shop, program to learn. So we're in here to learn, not play. Horseplay will never be tolerated. So if I see you chasing somebody, I see you fooling around in a vehicle, if you're not following directions, you're going to be sitting down in the classroom, again, writing up what you did wrong. And then if you do it a second time, then I'm going to have the administration talk with you. Number six, report any tool or equipment breakage or malfunction to the instructor immediately. So if you see anything wrong, I'm not going to get mad if you see any damage on anything or you damaged a tool. Just let me know and I'll replace it with the appropriate repair. Number seven, very important, you must have a valid driver's license in order to operate any vehicle. A permit isn't acceptable. You cannot drive a vehicle anywhere with a permit unless if you have somebody that's 25 or older in the car with you. So you should not be driving a car on a lift, driving a car off a lift. You should not be moving the car while you have no driver's license. You need to have a valid driver's license. Number eight, you must have permission from the owner of the vehicle before working on that vehicle. So the vehicle that you're working on, if it doesn't have your name on the registration, that means your parents or somebody else owns that vehicle. I need to give you a form that will have them sign off of the work that you want to do on the vehicle before you perform the work. So if you want to do an oil change, I need permission of the owner of the vehicle that it's okay to do the oil change. If you want to do the brakes or repair any of the brakes, we need to have permission from the owner. You can do things like brake inspections. Again, I'll give you a sheet that you can bring home with you and get it signed off just to make sure they're aware of what kind of procedure we're going to do on that vehicle. Number nine, no outsiders are to remain in the shop area without the instructor's permission. So again, people that don't have the proper safety training should not be wandering around the shop and potentially get hurt because they don't know what the safety involves. Number 10, each student must provide protective clothing to be worn during laboratory activities. You can wear overalls, you can wear shop coats. We do have a lot of shop coats that you can put on. Appropriate clothing will be kept in good repair at all times. So if you want to bring an old shirt with you, you want to bring an old pair of pants, and you want to change into them, you can leave them in your lockers. Again, we have lockers for you out in the shop. I do have shop coats you can put on to protect your clothing when you're working in the shop. Number 11, each student will be assigned a seat and ready to work when the class is beginning. So sometimes you'll be working alone, sometimes you'll be working in teams. We'll create your team and you're going to be all ready to work once everybody's seated, and we'll get everybody organized and to the appropriate workstations. Number 12, each student must bring a pen or a pencil so you're ready to write down. If we have to fill out any kind of forms, if we have to fill out a worksheet, you have to bring a pen or a pencil with you. You should have some kind of notebook. I will give you paper if you need it, but you should have some kind of notebook to organize your stuff. If I give you any handouts or any kind of material, you have a notebook to keep that in. Textbooks are to be brought on a sit-down days. So we have textbooks in the class. If we need them, I will give you a copy. Number 13, if you enter the classroom after the period begins, be sure to check with the teacher. Make sure I know that you came in if you're in late, so I can mark you tardy. Number 14, the school is not responsible for any theft or damage of your property. So make sure you don't leave anything of value inside the car. Make sure you have your any money or anything like that in your pockets away from your car so you can watch it. Number 15, any defacing of property will result in expulsion from the auto shop program. So do not draw on things, do not scrape your name into something, a car, do not spray paint anything on anything, do not use any profanity, do not write anything on the walls. Number 16, work orders to be turned in the last day of the week. So in some cases, I might have you complete a form that you can write down what the job that you just did, what you found, what your results were, what your specifications were, maybe what the fluids were that you used. Put them under the calendar if they are complete, filled out. Extra credit work orders are to be turned in the last day of the grading period. All right, so we'll be talking more about that if you're looking to get extra credit. 17, you must reserve the tool, equipment, install, or the instructor by putting your name and time on when you want to use on the calendar on the teacher's desk. So if you're requesting a special tool or a lift that you'd like to be working on, you have to get permission from me. We'll have a sign-up sheet that you can write your name down. And number 18, all California vehicle laws must be observed when on campus or moving a vehicle in the streets. Maximum speed on campus is 10 miles an hour. Shouldn't be racing up and down the parking lot. Again, you might get your parking permit taken away if you have one. And you have to get special permission if you're a junior to bring your car into the shop. So I can give you special parking permit for one day, which will allow you to bring your car if you're a junior. If you're a senior, you're going to bring your car around in the morning before school starts and park it into the caged area here before class starts. All right, so that's the last part of our safety, part 4, and that's the conclusion.